Awesome day to you, lovely, lovely ladies. Hi there. Hi, I am Eureka, and this is Pregnancy After 50. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So, I just want to encourage you for the day because I love you so. I love you ladies for being encouraged to be on this journey. This is a very beautiful journey. I know at times we want to say that it's stressful. I know at times we want to say it's disappointing, it's sad, it's frustrating, all of these different emotions that come along with this journey. Well, to minimize those emotions, I want to encourage you to create intentional thought. Start managing your emotions. Don't allow your emotions to just come and do whatever the heck they want to do. Manage them, and you allow them an opportunity to transform. Okay? Allow your emotions the opportunity to shift from a frustrated emotion to a peaceful emotion, or a content emotion, or just a blissful emotion. So you want to take and encourage yourself to, sorry, my nose was all up in it. But you want to take and encourage your thoughts to just be of desirable thoughts that create these emotions inside you that emit peace, love, joy, happiness, and compassion. These emotions put you on a path with your desires. So now you're moving closer towards your desires of living the life that you absolutely desire. And if you're on this journey, then we know exactly what that desire is. Yes, we do. So I encourage you, moment to moment, day to day, to simply allow your undesirable thoughts and emotions to shift and transition into those desirable thoughts and emotions. You're like, well, how on earth do we do that? How do you do that? It is simple in that you prepare. I say this a lot. I talk on this a lot. And I do this because it really does work, ladies. It really does work. And it doesn't just work for this. It works for everything going on within your life. Everything. So, let me tell you real quick how to allow your emotions to transition into your undesired emotions to transition into your, I just made up some words, to transition into desired emotions. Or, I'm sorry, undesired thoughts into your desired thoughts to create the emotions that will attract your desired life. So, what we want to do is, this is my snack for the night, okay? So, what we want to do is, throughout the day, I take that back. Oh, that's so good. Definitely throughout the day. However, I prepare myself mentally for undesired thoughts. I do. I will sit, have my notepad, a pen, and I will jot down my desires. The desires that I absolutely want. The desire, I will jot these things down. I will have a whole movie production about these desires, right? And I will create this movie in my head. Now, I am projecting this movie from my head onto the wall. Okay? I'm projecting this movie. I've just created this movie in my head. Okay? And it's literally coming out onto the wall. And I'm watching this movie I just produced in my head. And it is the life that I desire. And what's the name of my movie? My movie is Eureka's Life, as she desires. So you create whatever name your movie is, and my movie is lifelong. So it's as long or as short as I choose it to be. Okay? So when you're having an undesired thought, you can pick any scene out of your movie. Yes, you can. Hell, you can play the whole movie if you want to. But you can pick any scene out of your movie, and that will alter you immediately. That will change, will shift. You'll be like, what was I thinking about again? Oh, but it doesn't even matter because this is so much better. Oh my gosh. I think about life after I have had the triplets, okay? I think about life, me getting on the plane. It's a private plane with my 3 car seats. Okay, well, the car seats are already in the plane, and I've got my bottle of spray here, some stuff that I made, some natural stuff that I made, so I can catch this fly, because this fly is flying around me and it will not leave me alone. So, at any rate, what was I saying? I got distracted by the fly, but anyway, so this movie is playing in my head, and I got the plane, my private plane, has the 3 car seats in there because I just had the triplets, and I've got to get to, another part of the world, and I am flying my plane. Yes. And my friend, she's in the plane, and she just had her own, her own experiences with life that's led her on this journey, and we linked up together, and now we're about to go, and we've got some women that are meeting us at one of the locations because we're hosting a fabulous retreat, right? And the other women are bringing their kids. Like, it's an amazing thing. So those women that had their babies after 50, now we're connecting physically. We're on location. We're at an actual site, and everybody's bringing their kids, and we meet up once a year, and we just have a good time. We have an amazing time. And that is one of my movies. That's one of the things that get me fired up, that get me excited, that allows me to want to come on here and have a live with you guys, and to talk with you guys and encourage you guys, and to just keep going. Don't stop, don't give up, don't allow what you've been taught. Don't allow what people have said. Don't allow other people's fears, thoughts, whatever they got going on, that's what they got going on. Don't allow that to detour you from doing this, from continuing on this path. Let's say you meet some amazing people on this journey. Okay? Let's say that you learn some things about yourself that you didn't know. Let's say you started a business based on this journey. Let's say that you had your baby and now you want to help other women have theirs. The possibilities are endless. Endless. There is no end to the possibilities of what you can create, what you desire, what you can do, what you can become, how many kids you can have, the type of life you can have. It is all up to you. All up to you. Now, when you do things from a perspective of love, joy, happiness, peace, compassion, and a desire to live life as you absolutely desire, I feel like you cannot go wrong. The universe won't allow you. God won't allow you. Whatever it is, whoever it is that you pray to. Got your back, got your front, got your side, got your inner, got all of it. So you stay focused, stay aligned, stay abundant, and stay inspired to start moving towards your desires. Whatever it is that your desires are. All my desires, I have more than one desire. So all my desires ultimately create one big desire. So they're all together and they all fit together like a puzzle. That was not a puzzle, but they all fit together, okay? And so when I do this, hold on. When I put all my pieces together in a puzzle like that, no matter which piece I pick, they all lead to the same puzzle. So when I pick a desired thought, it ultimately all leads to my desired life, no matter which one I pick. It all leads to that. So it's good to have different desires. And at some point, for me, all my desires came together. I can honestly say that I didn't see how they would come together initially, because I had a desire to become a pilot. I had a desire to have more babies, more kids. I had a desire to help widows that have lost their spouse. Well, they're widows, so of course, help women that have lost their spouse. I had a desire to help people homeschool. Just a whole bunch of things, right? And I'm like, how do they all fit together? How can I make all of these things get together like glue? How do I do that? And then one day, ding, it hit me. It absolutely hit me. So, my travel club, my clubs, period. I have a Club Me After 50 and I have an Honest International Travels Club. And those things, all my desires fit together. All of them. Absolutely all of them. And they fit together smoothly. Smoothly. And it's fun. It's fun creating. It's fun creating events for beautiful ladies like you. It's fun encouraging you beautiful ladies. It's fun just connecting with women that are along this path that I'm on. I love it. I absolutely love it. And to be able to know that, I wasn't the only one wanting to have more kids after 50. I didn't know. I went online. I looked up Facebook groups. I just, how you just Google something. I Googled pregnancy after 50, zero, nothing. I Googled something, and then the searches started to come up. The results were the treatments, the treatments that they give you, unnatural pregnancy. And I was like, that's it? That can't be all that they're, with this technology, like they haven't figured out the missing link. So at any rate, I'm not the unnatural type, so I wouldn't go towards the unnatural route. At least me, because I do have kids already. I understand. I'm not knocking it, so don't think that I'm being negative in any way, because that is not. You do what you do what's best for you and what you feel. And I would love to hear your experience. I don't care what it is that you do, to attain your desire. So that's not what I'm saying. I am saying that for me, at this stage, I would not monetarily invest a lot of money in it. And I just would not go the unnatural route. And that is my personal decision, you know. So, but for those of you that do or need to, that is totally up to you. I commend you. I don't care which way you do it, how you do it, which way you go. I commend you, because the journey is an amazing journey regardless. And to do it, no matter how you decide to do it, is amazing. And I absolutely commend you. So my hat goes off to you beautiful ladies for embarking on this journey and doing what you do. I love you. So no judgment from me. Now, I want you, so like I said, I was eating on this. This is, what is this? I'll think about it in a minute. But I picked it up because it was pretty. And then it's like chewing gum. So it literally chews like chewing gum. And it's kind of peppery. So I take it and I chew on it. And it's like chewing gum. I can't pop it though. You know how you can pop gum? I can't pop it. But this is what is this? I forgot what it is. But it's peppery. All right. And so, but I'll tell you. But you can also do dandelions. I do dandelions. I eat dandelions. I eat chamomile. That's what I sent my son out to get. I sent him outside to get some chamomile flowers. That's not chamomile, but it's tasty anyway. So, yeah. And once you pull all of the tartness out of it, the pepper taste, then it's more like chewing gum. So anyway, y'all know I eat flowers. I eat pine needles. I eat grass. Y'all know I eat that stuff. It's good though. So at any rate, now I want to make sure that you ladies are doing your visualization before you go to bed at 5 to 10 minutes before you doze off. And then and the visualization is to plan out your day for the next day, but the end of the day. So okay, let me say it better. You're going to visualize you had an amazing day the next day. Okay? But you are also thanking for such an amazing day today. All right? So, in a sense, so you're going to confirm for the current day that you had an amazing day and it went the way you saw it the night before. Okay? And then you're going to plan out your next day. Okay? I'm going to plan out the next day. So let me give you share how to go. Oh, thank you for such an amazing day today. I had an amazing, amazing day. I love you. Thank you. However, whatever you want to say. And then you want to start to visualize your next day. Visualize that next day and be open and ready, you know, for the newness, the joy, the peace, the love, the compassion, the happiness, your desires to come to that next day, to you for the next day. And just embrace it, okay? Embrace it. I'm sorry. I'm just chewing and it's so good. I'm going to spit it out because I know I look like a cow. So, but it's just like gum. I don't chew gum, but that's like gum. So at any rate, you want to embrace that. You want to take some deep breaths. And then you know when you're taking your deep breaths, when you inhale, your stomach goes out. When you exhale, your stomach goes in. Okay? Here, we do the opposite. I'm not really sure why. in school or whatever. But I noticed that a couple of years ago. Like, wait a minute, you know? So my stomach, when I take a deep breath, my stomach goes out. When I release that breath, my stomach comes back in. And so when you start, and just kind of pay attention to how you're breathing and see which one feels better for you. Because most times, you know, they'll say, suck it in, suck it in, suck it in, suck it in. And so you're literally sucking your stomach in. That ain't, well, it's not natural for me. So, but, and I used to always have a hard time like, what do you mean? So anyway, just be mindful, see what works best for you, what makes you feel comfortable. And when you take your deep breaths, do what's comfortable for you. Don't do what I do. You do what's comfortable for you, okay? Now, when, like I said, do the visualization. When you're doing the visualization, I should have got me some water. I don't have any water. I don't have any water. So, but when you're doing the visualization, like I said, you want to be grateful for how amazing, you want to plan out such an amazing, prosperous, successful things accomplished next day. Hands down. Plan it out. You're in control of it. Plan it out. Create that next day. Make it amazing. So when you go to bed, the next night, you'll be saying, I had such an amazing day today. Thank you so much. Somebody's doing fireworks outside. But do that, okay? And you don't have to just be thinking about having a baby. You can create whatever, okay? This works for whatever. So create, use your intentional thoughts. It's there for a reason. Use it. Use it, use it, use it. And be unapologetic about what you think and what you're doing, how you're doing it. Handle your stuff. Handle your business. Live your life as you desire. Start moving towards those desires. Start doing things that get you closer to your desires. Just start. Start today. Start right now. Start moving towards your desires. Start living life the way you desire your life to be. And it will happen. Hands down. It will. Hands up. It will happen. Hands to the side. Hands out. It'll happen. Okay? So, also, what you're eating. What you're eating. If you're eating a bunch of junk, then it's going to help to promote a bunch of junky thoughts, okay? If you're watching a bunch of junk on TV, on YouTube, whatever it is, on your devices, it's going to help create your thoughts a bunch of junk. You're going to be thinking a bunch of junk. So you don't want to put a bunch of junk in you, whether it's through your eyes, your ears, your nose, your chest. I'm tripping. Whether you eat it through your mouth, and you want to be mindful of what you're saying, how you're saying it, who you're saying it to, whether or not you're in a unnecessary dispute or debate. Like, really, you want to preserve your energy, protect your energy. Don't be out here just doing dumb stuff. Or, I'm not going to say dumb stuff. Don't do unnecessary and undesired things. Handle your business appropriately, you know? Handle yourself appropriately. And remember, what you are showing on the outside is a reflection of the inside. Okay? And I can honestly tell you that in this stage of the game, the energy of a baby doesn't want to come into mess. They don't want to come into shenanigans, negativity. No, at this stage of the game, they're looking for peace, baby. Okay? So, you want to create your desired thoughts. You definitely, hands down, I just moved everything. You want to create your thoughts. It's a game changer, ladies. It's an absolute game changer. What else is there? I think that's it. So, that's pretty much all I wanted to say to you, ladies. Just Stay empowered, stay encouraged, encourage each other, inspire each other. Love yourself. Listen, it is very, very important that you, hold on, wait a minute. There is something else I want to say real quick. Let me put my glasses on for this. All right. If you're on this, you're 50 and older. And I was taught to serve others first before myself. This is what I was taught. Hold on, I got to see who this is. So we got Samitra. Hi there, how are you? Tracy and Maria. Hi guys, how are you? So, I was taught, my mother, oh my gosh, my mother taught me to serve others. My grandma Bibi taught me to serve others first. So, all my life, guess what I've been doing? Serving others first. Now, I brought that up because if I'm spending all of my time serving others, doing the things that they want me to do for them, who's doing stuff for me? Because I don't have time to do stuff for me because I'm spending my time doing stuff for others. My husband, my kids, I'm not saying that we're not supposed to. My neighbors, my mother, my brother, my sister-in-law, my friends, the church, the community center, the basketball team, the school. You know what I'm saying? You see where I'm going with this. If you are doing for others, who is doing for you? So, my husband taught me a long time ago. He told me one day, he said, sit down. Sit down and let me take care of you. Right now. Sit it down. I said, well, who you thinking? He said, no. You do absolutely everything for everyone else, including me. He said, I refuse to allow you to croak out like that, to croak, to die because you are exhausted. He said, go lay down, go sit down, whatever it is you want to do, go. I got the kids, I got dinner, I got the house. Just go and I will bring you your food into the bedroom. Yes. So, you can understand why I miss my husband dearly. My husband passed away a few years ago. And my entire life changed. I can honestly say, never ever had I met a man, have I, even to this day, met a man that cared for me that much besides my father. My stepdad, honestly. My stepdad loved me like, oh my gosh. So my husband was an amazing man to be a part of his life. And having all of the kids that we do have was an absolute honor to be able to birth his kids. Not saying that he didn't have flaws. Of course. But that's what made him him. And that's what made our relationship so unique. That's what made it work for us. Do you know what I mean? So, it is important for you to live from a perspective of love, joy, happiness, peace, compassion, and living life as you absolutely desire. Because you don't know. You don't know what things are in place. You just don't. So you have to be mindful of living life as you absolutely desire, so that you continue along that path. You continue to, I'm sorry, I'm so crooked. You continue to live in a fashion that aligns with what you desire. who you desire to be, the life you desire to have, the home you desire to have, the businesses you desire to have, the kids, the energy you want to put out. You control that. You control all of it. You control how you respond to undesired attention. You control how you think about things, what you think about. All these things are within your control. So, you're like, no, they're really not. Yes, they are. Okay, so let's say you have an undesired thought. Okay? Then guess what you can control about that undesired thought? You can shift that undesired thought into a desired thought. You control that. You can manage your thoughts. That's what I mean. You can, what's I gonna say? You can take a situation that was crappy that happened to you. Absolutely crappy. And I mean I've had some crappy shit happen. Okay? Now, you can control that. Okay? But what you can control is how you respond to it. And no, I'm not talking about turning the other cheek and all of this stuff. What I'm talking about is how you respond to it. Your body, your mind will let you know how to respond to something. I'm sorry, not your mind. Your feelings, your inner self will let you know how to respond. Okay? You're going to feel a certain way. You're going to feel a certain way. You are. Now, I have a tendency, I used to just snap. Like, my response would just be anger, period, blah, 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 blah. And then I realized that just stresses me out. So then I started playing back in my head what just happened, what I looked like while it was going on, what they looked like while it was going on, whatever it is, whoever it is, it doesn't matter. Co-worker, supervisor, boyfriend, husband, it doesn't matter. Dog, neighbor, it doesn't matter. And I would play it back. And I would be so disappointed in myself for the way I responded and how I participated in that exchange. I would be disappointed. And I told myself that I would never, ever be disappointed in myself again on something that I can control. I can manage my emotions. And so that is what I do. I manage my emotions. What they call it, poker face. So you're not going to get a reaction out of me. And if you do, once I realize I'm reacting, that's it. So I've gotten a lot better. I've gotten that poker face down packed. That's my thinking face. When something happens, if it were to happen again, I would honestly not react, not respond right away. And I used to discipline my children that way. Like if they did something and if it really upset me, if it really bothered me, I would not discipline them right then. No, because I need time to process it and to think about it and to not be angry. Do you know what I mean? So I don't like dealing with things in that moment where I'm angry. You won't like me when I'm angry. I don't know too many women that you would like when they're angry. So I've learned to step away, whether it's an hour, whether it's 10 minutes, step away. Now, emergency situations are different, so that's not what I'm talking about. What I am talking about is controlling your emotions. So my husband taught me a lesson that his ex-wife called one day and she wanted to let him know that a friend of theirs passed away or something. And and he said, why would you call? Like, I haven't talked with them in 30 years. There is absolutely nothing I can do for, like, he's just like, why would you call me and tell me that? Like, what is it? What do you really want? And when he did that, I thought it was honestly kind of rude. Like your friends, you know, when you guys were together passed away or whatever, you know. And without me saying anything, after he hung up with her, later that night, he said, listen, I wasn't being rude to her, but I wanted to let her know not to call me with something like that. Like, if I was in touch with them, I would know. Meaning, if we were still, him and the person that passed away, if we were still together, like talking on a regular basis, even if it wasn't on a regular basis, if we were still talking every now and then, that would be different. He said, but I don't associate with them. I like, really. And he was very adamant about his life being his life and not influenced by others. He's just like, oh my gosh. So from that, I learned that when a tragedy or something happens, and someone passes away, like, it's already happened. You can't change it. There's no need to get all worked up about it. It honestly, it is what it is. And that's not to say that that's a bad or good thing, or you shouldn't be sad or whatever, but to learn to manage how you react to things. Your kids are watching, you know, your spouse is watching, your nephews, your nieces, somebody may be watching you, and you don't want to be hysterical. You don't want to be over inflammatory or whatever you want to call it. You want to maintain a peaceful, you know, loving, compassionate spirit about yourself when you're dealing with certain things, you know. And that is important because, hey, Pooh, you get ready to go? I love you. Yeah. That's my poodle, man. Oh, my poodle. So, but you want to, you want to maintain a certain type of composure. It's important. And guess what it does? Most importantly, I'm going to tell you why it's so important. Well, hopefully you guys know why it's important. But I'm going to tell you because I can't hold it. Can't hold water. It's important because it de-stresses you. It brings about a level of calmness inside of you that does not make you have a stroke, a heart attack, put your body in survival mode. When we react to things in a certain way, we get all worked up, we get hysterical, we get woo. And when you learn to take a couple of deep breaths, and you're going to take a minute to process it. You know what? I'm not going to react right now on this. I'm just going to take a minute to process it. That minute could be an hour, it could be 10 minutes, it could be a minute. But you still give your body and your mind time to come together and be like, okay, all right, okay. You're getting your emotions together, your mental, your spiritual self. You're getting yourself together to deal with what it is in a more controlled and manageable space for you, you know? So it's important that you maintain composure, that you manage your emotions. I'm telling you, managing your emotions is a game changer. And I don't mean just in some aspects, in all aspects of your life. My aunt called me Christmas Eve. I forgot which year, but she called me Christmas Eve and she said, hey, how's the family, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, everybody's good. She said, well, I was just calling to let you know that your dad passed away earlier today. And my mother happened to be there, and she was on speaker, and she just bawled out like, oh, she was gone. And my mama can't stand my dad. She couldn't stand my dad. They didn't get along or nothing. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, oh my gosh. Now, don't get me wrong. That was my biological father. I wasn't raised by my biological father. I was raised by my stepdad. Amazing, best dad in the whole wide world. You hear me? Best dad. So, but my biological father was not really in my life that much. However, oh my goodness. However, he was, I knew who he was. I did. I knew who he was. And when my husband's father passed, my kids was like, I got a lot of kids, and they asked me, well, Mom, because they didn't get to meet this granddad, my husband's father. So they're like, Mom, you still got a daddy? I was like, yeah, I guess he's still alive. So my kids were like, well, can you find him? I said, oh my gosh, my dad was in and out of prison. So I was like, I'll try. I will absolutely try. So we set out on this quest to find my biological father, which I knew where my grandmother lived. So that's the first place I went. And just by chance, lo and behold, he was at her house. And so I saw him. He had honestly just gotten out of prison not too long ago, so, and I asked him, I said, hey, how you doing? Do you know which one I am? You know who I am? And he was like, of course. And my father had a lot of kids. And so, and so I said, well, listen, my husband's father passed recently, and my kids would like to meet a granddad. So my dad passed some years ago before I started having kids. So you're the only one left. Would you mind coming to meet my kids? And true story. And he was like, sure, I would love to. So I told him, I said, well, I will come back in a couple of days, get you, and you can come spend the night. Because it was an hour's drive, this difference. And so sure enough, he spent the weekend with us. And oh my gosh, we had a blast. We had an absolute blast. And I didn't realize how much fun it was going to be. I had no idea. I just figured, we tell some stories, we eat, go out to eat, and, the kids would be like, oh, yeah, whatever. No, they had a blast. Everybody had an absolute blast. And so he ended up staying with us so we took him home, and then we got him back, and he wasn't old, like he wasn't like couldn't move or anything. He was fine, he was like in his 60s or whatever. And let's just say the kids, everybody connected. I was so impressed. I was just shocked. Even my husband connected with him. Like, he was like the most awesome dude on the planet. And I asked him, I said, well, dude, why, when I asked to come live with you, why didn't you want me? Do you know what he said? He said, I didn't want to fuck up your life. He said, out of all the kids I have, you are the one. I was like, dude, that's a bunch of bullshit. That's what I said, honestly. Like, dude, whatever. And he was like, no, I really mean that. He said, being in my kids' lives, I was one of the youngest. Actually, at the time, I was the last one, and then he had some more. But he was like, being in my kids' lives was not the best. So I did not want to corrupt you also. That is why I told you that. He said, I love you dearly, but I know that when I am present, chaos happens. That changed my life. Hands down. When he told me he didn't want me, changed my life. It made me more determined not to ever go to him again. And then when I went to him, he changed my life again. So I said all of that to you ladies because you don't know what life is going to throw at you, but you can control how you respond to it. And if you respond to things in a way that is loving, peaceful, God, universe, whatever it is that you pray to, whoever it is that you pray to, got your back. Because you got to realize that what you're praying to is in you. Okay? And once you connect with you, once you start helping to create your life and stop just letting life happen to you, and you start creating your life, it's a game changer. An absolute game changer. Oh. So, I thought you was getting ready to hug me. So, just know, I just had like the happiest inner feeling ever just then. Thinking about how much fun my kids had with my dad. Oh man, my gosh. That was a blast. Let me tell you, he rode my kids' dirt bikes. He played ping pong. He went house shopping with us. Oh my gosh. It was so much fun. We never knew. I never knew because I didn't get that was the most time I'd ever spent with my biological father ever in my life. So, but just know that when you decide to take control of creating your life. Okay, baby, I'll let you take the milk. Y'all be good, be safe. I already kissed my Pluto. When you decide to take control, just know, be ready. Because when you take control, you're taking control. Now you're the creator, and you are creating what you desire. You're creating your life, and that's what you want. That's what life is about. You create what you desire, and you do it unapologetically. Do you understand? You go in, and you do it, and you create what it is that you want. Don't matter. It don't matter what it is. That's what you want. That's what you create. If you want 20 more babies, doggone it, damn it, you create it. You pop them out. Pop, 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 pop. Just keep popping them. Okay? I had an uncle that called me a baby making machine. He did. I guess he thought that was going to make me feel like I thought it was supposed to be negative or something. No. I actually enjoy being a mother. And I enjoy helping other people become mothers. I absolutely do. I think it's a wonderful thing. I do. The connection and the bond between a mother and a child. And the funny thing is I had that connection with a child that I did not birth. And that is when I knew that I wanted to be a mother, because I decided then that I wanted to adopt. I think I was maybe 14. I don't know how old I was. Maybe 14. I knew, because I've always had somebody's kids since I was 12. And I don't know, like these kids, the energy of a baby, the energy and that spirit of that being just connected with me. And it's an amazing feeling. And then once I started to have kids of my own, I got to see how special being chosen by somebody that I didn't even birth to be in my life, or for me to be in their life, was a high that I can't really explain it, but just know that no matter how you are a mother, just know that it's special in its own right. It's special in its own right. It is an amazing feeling to be chosen. Either way you're chosen. And I have had the honor and the privilege to experience both. And I must say, they both give me goosebumps. But to have someone tell me that they love me, and they don't have to tell me that because I'm not their mother. They don't have to say that. You know, when it's your kids, they feel obligated to say it when you've birthed them. But to have a child, a young, she's an adult now, to tell you, to share with you, to want you to be there when they have a mother is a beautiful thing. I don't even know how I got on that, but maybe somebody needed to hear that, because like I said, I have experienced, and to this day, that young lady amazes me so much. She will say things that are so beautiful. Like, you are the reason that I am the way I am. You helped me be this way. I'm like, oh my gosh, I was a kid myself, raising another kid that was not even my kid, but she was my kid, you know? And it is absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So I love you, my dear, and you know exactly who I'm talking about. So one day she may watch it. And oh my gosh, it's beautiful. So anyway, I'm good. I'm good. But I do want to encourage you ladies to continue on your path to love yourself. That's what I was talking about. I got off track. When we are serving everybody but ourselves, when you are serving everybody, your family, your neighbors, the church, the community, whoever it is that you're serving first as opposed to you, stop it. I'm not saying don't do shit for the church. I'm not saying don't do shit for anybody else. What I'm saying is, if you dead, they're going to find somebody else to do it. So, learn to put yourself first. We have been putting ourselves last so many times, so long, for so long, because that's what we've been taught. I know here in the U.S., this is what we've been taught. Stop it. Stop it. Embrace the love you have for you. Connect with you. Connect with yourself. Do for you. Preserve your essence, your energy. I'm telling you, it takes years off your life. It takes years off your face. Okay. You may not take that cellulite away. You got to work on that. But the other stuff, it makes you stand up straighter. It enhances your posture. It clears up all of this. Like, you get to feeling energy everywhere. So learn to put yourself first. I know we have a lot on our plates. Married or not, mom or not. Women just have a lot on their plate, period. Because we are expected to care for people. We're expected to nurture. We're expected to provide. You know? We're expected to make it. We're expected to survive. It's a lot. And I commend every one of you. Every last one of you. Just for being you. Absolutely. Hands up. I know I usually say hands down, but we're not saying hands down. We're saying hands up to the side everywhere else. Okay? All around. So, I'm not going to keep chatting because you know I'll chat for days. We'll be on this thing forever. And I'm not going to do it to you because I do have to get up tomorrow. But you guys have an amazing night. I love you, ladies. Thank you for sharing your energy with me. Thank you for taking the time to listen to what I want to say and to share and to embrace and to just to just be kind, you know, and exchange this energy. I'm so honored and so pleased that you guys join my group and you take a minute out of whenever, you know, whenever you can to listen. I appreciate that. I really do. So let me get it right. One day I'm gonna say it without saying, let me get it right. Thank you for watching my live. You've already joined the group. So check out my other groups, Me After 50 and Not As International Travels. I do have a retreat coming up. It is September 26th through the 29th. It is a very short 3-day mini retreat, and it's going to be in Atlanta, Georgia. Well, actually, maybe it'll be close to Atlanta, Georgia, because the Airbnb. Anyway, it'll be close to Atlanta, Georgia. The whole area is Atlanta. When you're here, it's all Atlanta, but and then so we got a retreat coming up. That retreat is $1,800, and airfare is not included, but it is a 3-day mini retreat, and it is a relaxation retreat. It is geared around grief for women that are experiencing some type of loss. Okay. However, it is for any woman. Okay. It is, because what we share and what we do, it just enhances you, period. So, but like I said, it is more of a relaxation retreat, and it just helps you. It's an empowerment. It's just relaxation. Learn to relax. Learn to serve yourself. Allow someone else to serve you. Stop doing everything. And for 3 days, with me, I am going to show you just how to relax and allow someone else to do something else for you. Yes, we're going to get all in, and we're just going to relax. We're going to have some fun. We're going to relax. We're going to eat really good food from the farm. We're going to smell the fresh air. Yes, I'm going to show you how to eat some flowers. It's amazing. So if you're interested in that, I guess you will have to message me, but it should be somewhere on one of my things. Go to Me After 50. You can go to meafter50.club, or you can just send me a DM. Since you're in my group, you can just, you can message me for more information. Just message me retreat, and I'll send you the information. Now, if you're watching this on YouTube, on the replay on YouTube, I do have a YouTube channel, and it will be on, I upload this to my YouTube channel. So I have a Pregnancy After 50 on YouTube. And I think it's Pregnancy After 50. Yeah, Pregnancy After 50. I think. So, at any rate, so if you're on YouTube, you're watching this on YouTube, you're supposed to subscribe, comment, and like. So, do all of that jazz. And whatever else you're watching it on, do what you're supposed to do. I love you guys. I thank you so very much for your time and energy. And again, do your intentional thoughts. Do the 5 to 10 minutes before you go to sleep. Don't forget, when you inhale, your stomach goes out. When you exhale, your stomach comes in. All right. Drink some water. Add a little salt to it. Okay. Get you some nutrients in there. I love you guys. Have an amazing night. And don't forget to ground. Go outside. Put your feet on the ground. Take your shoes off. Take your socks off. Hug a tree. If you can't take your shoes and socks off, hug a tree. Touch a tree. Touch a plant. Touch a leaf. Something. But do it. I love you guys. Have an amazing, amazing day. Or night. It's nighttime. Love you guys. Thank you.